Bucky steps up. Deion Sanders Jr. opens up about family role after Shedeur, and Shilo's NFL departure leaves Coach Prime facing life-altering shift. In a family that has become synonymous with athletic excellence, viral media moments, and NFL stardom, the story of Deion Sanders Jr., affectionately known as Bucky, is emerging as one of quiet strength, unwavering loyalty, and the type of familial devotion that rarely makes headlines but speaks volumes. While the sports world fixated on the high-profile NFL entries of Shedeur and Shilo Sanders and speculated endlessly about Coach Prime's next season with the Colorado Buffaloes, the one Sanders child who has consistently worked behind the scenes found himself in the spotlight for an entirely different reason. Not because he caught a touchdown, made an interception, or dazzled in cleats, but because he chose love over legacy, at least in the conventional sense. This is the story of a son who paused personal ambition, shelved rising success, and prioritized the health and heart of his family over a booming media empire. It's the story of Deion Sanders Jr., the overlooked MVP of the Sanders dynasty. The wait of April, when everything changed. April was meant to be a month of celebration for the Sanders family. After all, both Shedeur and Shilo were eligible for the NFL draft, a culmination of years of hard work under their father's guidance. But instead of jubilance, the family was dealt a double blow. Shedeur, once projected to be a day 2 pick, shockingly slipped to the 5th round. Shilo, despite his collegiate performance and pedigree, went undrafted altogether. And just as the family regrouped emotionally from the draft weekend, another alarm rang louder. Coach Prime was hospitalized for a yet-to-be-disclosed health condition. The diagnosis was unclear, but the concern was undeniable. In the midst of that whirlwind stood Bucky. No helmet, no jersey, no agent, but carrying the emotional weight of an entire family. I had to extend my hotel room 2 or 3 more days, and it's like, and now about $1,300 a night. I said, "God damn," he recalled. I said, "God, I might have to switch my rooms." The quote, tinged with humor, masks the underlying anxiety and instability that swirled around him. While others celebrated or analyzed NFL prospects, Bucky was playing triage for his family's morale. From content creator to caretaker, over the past few years, Deion Sanders Jr. has carved out his own niche in the Sanders ecosystem, not on the field, but behind the camera. His media platform, Welloff Media, became an insider's window into the life of Coach Prime and the Buffaloes. The channel amassed nearly 600,000 subscribers, thanks to raw, real-time content that captured everything from pre-game pep talks to post-game tears. It was more than a media outlet. It was a movement. So when multiple NFL teams offered Welloff Media press credentials, an unprecedented expansion opportunity for a YouTube-based sports outlet, the assumption was that Bucky would ride that wave to a national stage. But he didn't. Instead, he said no. "I was definitely expanding into multiple teams," Sanders Jr. admitted during a candid appearance on Duke's The Scoop. "We got credentials to a few teams, but a lot of the plans were really halted. Camp's about to start. I'll probably go up there once or twice, but just due to whatever just happened, I'll probably just be in Colorado most of the time." That whatever just happened wasn't just a health scare. It was a seismic shift in family dynamics. With Shedeur and Shilo now embracing NFL life, the Sanders household suddenly felt emptier. Coach Prime, the vocal leader and emotional engine of the family, found himself more vulnerable than ever. And it was Bucky who stepped in not as a backup but as a backbone. The burden of silence, Coach Prime's health concerns. While the full extent of Deion Sanders' current health challenges remains private, the hints are troubling. He skipped public appearances this spring, lost approximately 14 pounds, and revealed his body is still going through something. Considering his medical history, which includes blood clot complications, multiple toe amputations, and emergency surgeries, the silence from the family only adds to the public's growing concern. But instead of feeding the rumor mill, Bucky is grounding his father in something far more powerful than medication: presence. He's choosing to remain in Colorado, not for the cameras, not for the clicks, but for Coach Prime. Beyond football, loyalty over fame. Let's be clear, Deion Sanders Jr. didn't walk away from some modest gig. Welloff Media is on the verge of something historic. Its unique brand of storytelling, intimate access, and charismatic editing style has made it one of the most watched behind-the-scenes sports channels on YouTube. NFL teams were beginning to recognize its value, offering exclusive access that traditional networks would kill for. But for Bucky, fame is fleeting. Family is forever. There's something more important than growth right now, he hinted in a quiet moment off camera. There's my dad, and he needs me. The MVP no one expected. In a touching and unexpected moment earlier this summer, Coach Prime named Bucky his MVP. Now, for a man who's coached All-Americans, Heisman hopefuls, and NFL draft picks, that's a loaded compliment. But the honor wasn't based on touchdowns or sacks. It wasn't even about content views or media strategy. It was about showing up. It was about loyalty. Sometimes success isn't about yards or stats, Coach Prime remarked. Sometimes, it's about who's standing with you when no one else sees the fight. That's Bucky. While Shedeur throws darts on NFL fields and Shilo breaks down offenses from the safety position, Deion Jr. runs the routes of responsibility at home. Whether it's hospital visits, house management, or emotional support, he's doing it all and doing it without fanfare. The quiet glue of the Sanders dynasty. There's something poetic about Bucky's current role. In a family where the spotlight is practically inherited, he has chosen the shadows. Not because he lacks ambition, but because he knows his value is greater than any camera can capture. In a way, he's the glue holding the Sanders family together during one of their most uncertain chapters. His presence is quiet but powerful. His sacrifice, though not plastered on headlines, is perhaps the most meaningful act in a family built on headline moments. Looking ahead, a new era, same values. As Shedeur and Shilo settle into their NFL journeys and Coach Prime battles to reclaim his health and rebuild Colorado, Bucky's role may never come with a trophy or a press conference, but it comes with something deeper: respect. And perhaps that's what defines the Sanders family more than their athletic prowess. Their loyalty to each other, their resilience in the face of adversity, and their unshakable belief that no opportunity, no matter how grand, is worth more than family. As Bucky continues to quietly film, support, and lead from the back, he's proving something powerful. Sometimes, the strongest MVPs don't wear cleats, they wear heart, and perhaps that's what defines the Sanders family more than their athletic prowess. Their loyalty to each other, their resilience in the face of adversity, and their unshakable belief that no opportunity, no matter how grand, is worth more than family. As Bucky continues to quietly film, support, and lead from the back, he's proving something powerful. Sometimes, the strongest MVPs don't wear cleats, they wear heart.